You are working hard to lose belly fat, yet it stays right where it is. The truth is unsettling. Your body is holding on to that fat on purpose. There is a hidden system inside you that decides whether you burn fat or store it, and most people never fix it. That system is controlled by a powerful hormone called cortisol. When cortisol stays high, your body goes into survival mode. It protects fat, especially deep inside your belly, where it surrounds your organs and slowly affects your health in ways you cannot see. This is why strict diets feel useless after a while. This is why long workouts leave you exhausted, but with little change in your waistline. There is a deeper reason behind it, and it has nothing to do with lack of effort. It is about how your body responds to stress, sleep, and daily habits. Many people focus only on calories and exercise, while this hidden factor keeps working against them every single day. In this video, you will learn what visceral fat really is and why it is considered the most dangerous type of fat in the human body. You will understand how cortisol silently controls fat storage and why it targets your belly first. You will also discover simple, practical ways to lower cortisol naturally without extreme diets or complicated routines. These are methods that work with your body, not against it, so fat loss becomes easier and more sustainable. There are also lesser known habits that quietly increase cortisol without you realizing it. Small daily actions that seem harmless can keep your body stuck in fat storing mode. Once you become aware of them, everything starts to make sense. And when you fix them, your body begins to respond in a completely different way. Make sure you watch this video until the end because the final part will connect everything together and show you why your previous attempts may have failed even when you felt disciplined and consistent. This understanding can change the way you approach fat loss forever. Welcome to our channel where you learn simple health strategies that actually work. If you want to take control of your body and finally see real results, subscribe now and join us for more powerful insights like this. You cut down your meals and try to stay disciplined. You skip snacks, reduce portions, and still expect to see a flatter stomach over time. You push yourself to exercise, adding walks, workouts, or even intense routines into your day. For a while, it feels like progress should happen, yet your belly looks the same. That stubborn fat refuses to move, even when everything seems right on the surface. It becomes frustrating because effort is there, consistency is there, yet the results do not match. This is where most people start blaming themselves. It feels like a lack of discipline or a slow metabolism. In reality, something deeper is going on inside the body. That fat around your belly is different from the fat you can pinch under your skin. It sits deeper, hidden from view, wrapped around important organs like the liver and intestines. This type of fat is called visceral fat, and it behaves in a very different way compared to regular body fat. Visceral fat is more active, more stubborn, and more connected to your body's internal systems. It responds strongly to hormones, especially stress hormones. That is why even small amounts of ongoing stress can keep this fat locked in place. You might feel like you are doing everything right, yet your body is working under a completely different set of signals. It is trying to protect itself, and in that process, it holds on to this deep fat. What makes this even more serious is the risk it carries. Visceral fat is closely linked to major health issues. It affects how your body handles blood sugar, how your heart functions, and how your metabolism behaves over time. It is not just about appearance. It is about what is happening inside your body every single day without clear signs. This is why focusing only on eating less or exercising more does not always solve the problem. The body is more complex than that. And this deep belly fat follows a different set of rules that most people never learn about. The real problem goes far beyond calories. It is easy to believe that eating less automatically leads to fat loss, yet the body does not work like a simple math equation. There is a powerful system running in the background, and it responds more to hormones than to calorie numbers. One of the most important hormones in this process is cortisol. This is the hormone your body releases during stress, and in small amounts, it is helpful. It keeps you alert, focused, and ready to handle challenges. The issue begins when cortisol stays high for long periods of time. When cortisol remains elevated, your body shifts into a protective state. It starts acting like you are under constant pressure even during normal daily life. In this state, your body becomes more focused on survival than on burning fat. It begins to store energy instead of using it. This is where fat storage increases, especially in the abdominal area. The body prefers to store fat close to vital organs because it sees this as a safe and efficient way to preserve energy. This deep fat around your organs becomes a priority storage area. Even when you reduce your food intake, your body may resist letting go of this fat. It slows down fat burning and holds on to energy reserves. This creates a situation where your efforts feel blocked. You follow a routine, you stay consistent, yet your body does not respond the way you expect. It feels like something is working against you, and in a way it is. High cortisol also affects hunger and cravings. It can push you towards sugary or high energy foods, even when you try to stay disciplined. At the same time, it can impact your sleep and recovery, which makes everything even harder. This creates a cycle where stress keeps cortisol high, and high cortisol keeps fat storage active. So even when you try hard to lose weight, your body may push back. It is not about effort alone. It is about the signals your body is receiving every single day and how those signals shape the way fat is stored and burned. This is not the kind of fat you can see or touch easily. It is very different from the soft layer under your skin that you can pinch with your fingers. Visceral fat exists deeper inside the body, hidden behind the abdominal wall. It forms around your internal organs, creating a layer that surrounds areas like the liver, stomach, and intestines. Because it stays out of sight, many people do not realize how much of it they have, even when their body weight seems normal from the outside. This type of fat is biologically active, which means it does more than just sit there. It releases substances into the body that can affect how your system functions every day. It interacts with hormones, influences inflammation, and plays a role in how your body manages energy. Over time, this can begin to interfere with important processes such as blood sugar control and metabolic balance. The more it builds up, the more it starts to disrupt these internal systems. Visceral fat is strongly linked to serious health risks. It increases the chances of developing conditions like type 2 diabetes and heart disease. It can also affect blood pressure and cholesterol levels, making it harder for the body to stay in a healthy state. Since it is located close to vital organs, its impact is more direct compared to fat stored in other parts of the body. This is why it is often considered more dangerous than visible fat. Another important factor is how quickly it can grow under certain conditions. When stress levels stay high, cortisol remains elevated, and this creates an environment where visceral fat can increase more rapidly. The body receives signals that encourage fat storage in this deep area, making it more difficult to reduce over time. This happens quietly, without clear signs at first, which is why many people only notice it after it has already built up significantly. Cortisol does not rise without a reason. It builds up through daily habits that slowly push the body into a constant state of pressure. One of the biggest triggers is poor sleep. When sleep is short, irregular, or disturbed, the body never fully recovers. It stays alert when it should be resting, and this keeps cortisol levels elevated for longer periods. Even a few nights of low quality sleep can begin to affect how your body handles stress and energy. Constant stress is another major factor. This does not always come from big life events, it often comes from small, repeated pressures throughout the day. Work demands, mental overload, lack of downtime, and even excessive screen use can keep the mind active without real breaks. The body responds to all of this in the same way. It releases cortisol to stay prepared, even when there is no real physical danger. Over time, this turns into a constant background stress that feels normal but keeps your system under strain. Eating patterns also play a role. Eating all day without giving your body a break can keep insulin and cortisol active together. Frequent snacking signals your body to stay in a fed state, which reduces its ability to switch into fat burning mode. This pattern may feel harmless, yet it keeps your internal system busy all the time, leaving no space for recovery or balance. Food choices add another layer to this. Diets high in sugar and processed foods can create spikes in energy, followed by sudden drops. This cycle places stress on the body and can lead to more cortisol release. Over time, it becomes a repeating pattern that affects both energy levels and fat storage. Exercise is important, yet too much of it without proper recovery can also raise cortisol. Long, intense workouts without rest can push the body into a stress state rather than a balanced one. Instead of helping with fat loss, it can add more pressure, especially when combined with poor sleep and daily stress. The first step begins with sleep because this is where your body resets its entire system. When sleep improves, cortisol begins to settle down naturally and the body shifts out of that constant alert state. A consistent sleep routine plays a key role in this process. Going to bed at the same time every night trains your internal clock, allowing your body to prepare for rest instead of staying active for longer than it should. This regular pattern helps regulate hormone release and creates a more stable rhythm that supports recovery. The environment before sleep also matters more than most people realize. Bright screens from phones, tablets, and computers keep the brain stimulated and delay the release of signals that promote rest. This makes it harder to fall asleep and reduces sleep quality even if the total hours seem enough. Reducing screen exposure before bed allows the mind to slow down, helping the body move into a more relaxed state. Simple changes like lowering lights and avoiding digital distractions can make a noticeable difference over time. Late night eating can also interfere with this process. When you eat close to bedtime, your body remains focused on digestion instead of recovery. This keeps internal systems active when they should be winding down, which can affect both sleep quality and hormone balance. Giving your body a gap between your last meal and sleep allows it to shift into a more restful mode. This supports better regulation of cortisol and helps the body function more efficiently during the night. Small adjustments in routine can gradually create a stronger foundation for hormone balance. When sleep becomes deeper and more consistent, the body starts to respond differently throughout the day. Energy feels more stable, stress becomes easier to handle, and the signals that control fat storage begin to change. Over time, this creates an environment where the body feels safe enough to release stored energy instead of holding on to it. The way you eat during the day has a direct effect on how your body stores or burns fat. One of the most common patterns that keeps cortisol and fat storage active is frequent snacking. Eating every few hours may seem helpful, yet it keeps your body in a constant fed state. This means your system stays busy processing food instead of switching into fat burning mode. When you create space between meals, your body gets the signal to start using stored energy, which includes fat. Giving your body time without food is a simple but powerful shift. It allows natural processes to take place that support balance and recovery. During these periods, insulin levels begin to drop, and this helps reduce pressure on your system. As this pattern becomes more consistent, your body starts to adapt and becomes more efficient at using fat as a source of energy. This does not require extreme dieting, only a structured and mindful approach to when you eat. Food quality also plays a major role. Whole foods provide steady energy without causing sudden spikes and crashes. These include natural sources such as vegetables, fruits, proteins, and healthy fats. They support your body in a more stable way, helping to keep hormones balanced throughout the day. When meals are built around these foods, it becomes easier to maintain energy without constant hunger or cravings. Lowering sugar intake is another important step. High sugar consumption can create rapid increases in blood sugar, followed by sharp drops that leave you feeling tired and hungry again. This cycle places stress on the body and can contribute to higher cortisol levels over time. Reducing sugar helps smooth out these fluctuations, allowing your body to stay in a more controlled and balanced state. Simple adjustments in eating habits can create a noticeable shift in how your body responds. With fewer disruptions and more stability, your system begins to function in a way that supports fat use rather than constant storage. The way you move your body can either lower stress or add more pressure to your system. Many people believe that longer and harder workouts always lead to better results, yet this approach can sometimes do the opposite. When workouts become too long or too intense, especially without enough recovery, the body begins to treat them as a form of stress. This can raise cortisol levels instead of lowering them, which makes fat loss more difficult, particularly around the belly area. A more effective approach is to keep exercise simple and controlled. Short, focused sessions can give your body the benefit of movement without pushing it into a stress state. These types of workouts are easier to recover from and can be done consistently without feeling drained. Consistency plays a much bigger role than intensity when it comes to supporting your body over time. When your system feels balanced, it responds better to movement and uses energy more efficiently. Walking is one of the easiest and most powerful ways to support this process. It does not place heavy stress on the body, yet it keeps you active and helps improve overall energy use. A daily walk can support circulation, reduce tension, and create a sense of calm that directly affects hormone balance. It is simple to include in your routine and does not require special effort or equipment, which makes it sustainable over the long term. Adding light strength training can also support your body in a steady way. This does not mean lifting heavy weights or pushing to exhaustion. It can be as simple as controlled movements that engage your muscles and build strength gradually. This helps improve how your body uses energy and supports a more stable metabolism. When combined with proper rest, it creates a balanced routine that works with your body instead of placing it under constant strain. By keeping movement simple and manageable, your body stays active without feeling overwhelmed. This creates an environment where stress is lower and your system can respond in a more natural and supportive way. Small daily habits can quietly shift how your body handles stress, and they often require very little effort to begin. One of the simplest ways to lower cortisol is through deep breathing. Slow, controlled breathing sends a signal to your body that it is safe to relax. It helps calm the nervous system and reduces the constant alert state that builds up during the day. Even a few minutes of steady breathing can create a noticeable sense of ease, especially when done regularly. Morning sunlight is another powerful habit that supports balance. When your body is exposed to natural light early in the day, it helps regulate your internal clock. This improves how your body manages energy, sleep, and hormone release. Sunlight also supports a natural rhythm that makes it easier to feel alert during the day and calm at night. Stepping outside for a short period in the morning can gradually improve how your body responds to stress over time. Reducing phone use and creating moments of calm during the day can also make a difference. Constant notifications, scrolling, and digital overload keep the mind active without rest. This steady stream of information can increase mental pressure and keep cortisol levels elevated. Taking short breaks away from screens allows your mind to slow down. Simple moments of quiet where there is no input or distraction help your system reset and regain balance. Staying hydrated supports many functions in the body, including how it handles stress. When hydration is low, the body can experience additional strain, which may affect energy levels and overall balance. Drinking enough water throughout the day helps maintain a steady internal environment. It supports circulation, temperature regulation, and the natural processes that keep your system working smoothly. These habits are easy to include in daily life and do not require major changes. When practiced consistently, they create a steady foundation that supports lower stress levels and a more balanced internal state. The san, so the reason your belly fat is not going away, is deeper than it seems. It is not about lack of effort or discipline. It is about what is happening inside your body every single day. When cortisol stays high, your body holds on to fat as a form of protection, especially around your organs. This is why progress feels slow or completely stuck, even when you try to do everything right. Once you start focusing on lowering cortisol, your body begins to shift out of that defensive state. It becomes more open to using stored fat as energy, and the changes you have been waiting for start to feel possible. Which of these habits are you already doing in your daily routine? Comment below and share your experience. Like this video and subscribe to our channel for simple health tips that actually work.